Thanks for attending the webinar series today on ideas to improve your statement. My name is Tim Turzin. I am the Senior Sales Executive here at LKCS, and I'm going to be doing the presentation for you today. So first, we'd like to talk a little bit about LKCS and who we are as a company. For those of you who don't know, LKCS is a full-service marketing company. We've been in business since 1961, and we've dealt with financial institutions the entire time. Okay, so all of the products and services you see on the screen, we have more than that. Obviously, we're going to focus on statements today, but everything that we do revolves around our financial clients and needs that they have, that we've come up with different solutions to help them meet those needs. So again, we're talking about statements today, but if there's anything else that might interest you, feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email after the webinar, and I can definitely talk to you about anything else that we might be able to do for you here. So when we're talking about statements and e-statements, we want to make sure that the statement makes a statement. Okay, so what are we going to do to improve the look, the functionality, and experience that your statement actually provides? So currently, think about how your statement looks. Does it look like it was printed from an old dot matrix type system? Is it easy to read? What benefits are there on that statement? What value-added marketing options are there? These are important. We want people to look at the statements, but we have to bring additional value to them or they're never going to open them. Okay? And when we think about statements, obviously we need to think about e-statements. We realize that that is the future of the statement business, but what do they bring to the table? Are they bringing anything extra to the table? And they really need to, and we need to provide an enhanced user experience on the e-statement side. So people want to open up those e-statements and look at those offers as well. So first, we're going to talk about improving the statement formatting. Okay, so number one, first foremost, we need to reformat the data so it makes sense. Okay, again, going back to my dot matrix example, those types of statements, they don't make a lot of sense. The columns are kind of everywhere. The information's, all over the place. It's all in the same font and style, and it's really hard to read. So when we're talking about reformatting, we're talking about making the account headings stand out, using different fonts or styles to draw attention to certain areas, renaming accounts. Okay, so we can go as far as, instead of just saying maybe auto loan, we can say, make and model of that auto loan. So Ford F-150 or, Honda Civic or whatever it is. So it kind of calls attention to that area, so you know exactly what you're looking at. Column arrangement. Does it make sense reading it from left to right? Should we rearrange those columns, showing where the withdrawals and debits are and what the totals are? Okay, and then your summary tables, making sure those are clear, concise, in an area easy to read with information, that account holder wants to see very easily and quickly. So we're going to go through several examples of actual statements, but up on the screen, this is just a straight statement reformat. On the left, it's my example of that old style dot matrix. It's very hard to read. Not a lot of things make sense here. The statement on the right, the exact same statement data, but reformatted to make sense. So when you look at those two options, obviously your eye is drawn to the one on the right. It's much easier to read. It's much more clear of what we're trying to tell that account holder. And again, we can go into flexible statement design. We can make these statements look like anything. So these are just a few different options of reformatting with different headers, different fonts, different styles, different, column arrangement for the different pieces in that. The statement on the left, that's actually showing you, hey, it says 2011 Dodge Avenger rather than just auto loan. So I know exactly which vehicle loan that is if I have multiple. Okay, so things like that make it very, very easy to read the statement. So the legibility of the statement makes a big difference when people are looking at them and you want people to open them. Full color laser printing. So we're talking about printed statements right now. So obviously e-statements are always going to be in color. It doesn't cost anymore to add color to a computer screen. Okay, so your e-statements should always be in full color. But when we're talking about print statements, a lot of times people are still printing, in black and white, which is fine. That's not a bad thing, but color costs have come down. Okay, so in the past few years, it's been it makes it much more affordable to print full color on your printed side as well. So just looking at the two options on the screen here, you can see the statement on the right in full color obviously draws more attention than the statement on the left. Same exact statement, just adding color. So again, if you're looking into color, I definitely suggest, pricing that out because it is much more affordable now than it was, even 2 or 3 years ago. Don't stop at just your normal monthly or quarterly printed statements. Take this further into all other documents that you might be sending. So if you're sending separate visa statements, mortgage statements, any type of daily notice, anything like that, we want to be able to reformat those as well, bringing all those same different styles and concepts that we talked about into those transactional documents, making them much easier to read. Those people will, open them, know exactly what they're looking at, get the information they need, and move on. Okay. So let's go a step further. What else can we do and what value can we add to these statements to make people want to actually look at them? Okay. So LKCS is big on TransPromo statement marketing. So for those of you who don't know what TransPromo means, all it is a compound expression formed from the words transaction and promotional. So basically, we add relevant messages, and you can piggyback those messages for targeted promotions and advertising onto existing transaction-related documents, such as your statements. Okay, TransPromo documents combine data mining, business intelligence technology, and variable data printing. So it combines a bunch of different things all into one solution. We always like to say it's like taking advantage of free postage. By adding these messages directly onto the statement, you don't have to send out potentially a separate mailing. All right, the biggest cost of any mailing is that postage. So if we can include it with our statements or e-statements or whatever it might be, we're saving on that postage. All right, so we're going to include these targeted advertising right within our statement. When we're talking about TransPromo, we're huge on statement ads or statement inserts. So typically you're thinking of a statement insert or statement stuffer, things that are going in with that statement as a separate document or separate piece. This is not the case. All right, we're talking about inserts. When we say insert, it's going directly on the statement. So inserts go in, inserts go on. All right, so we're going to print these ads directly on that statement for pennies. Okay. It is very, very inexpensive to print these messages. Ads can be sent to all of your account holders, or you can target a specific group or specific groups of account holders to receive one or more of those messages. So it's not a one-size-fits-all. We can pick and choose who we want to send what messaging to each and every month. You are not limited to those short text-only messages. Okay, so everybody's familiar with their core systems, and you can punch in a quick message, and you probably have a character limit of 100 characters or whatever it might be. That's no longer the case. We can include graphics, logos, different fonts, photos. We can even personalize the ads. Okay, so again, we're bringing in variable data technology so we can actually put certain information on those ads that we know about that particular account holder. The same technology that allows us to do these statement ads and inserts enables us to do all kinds of different things as well, such as loan payment coupons, rate grids, regulatory notices, and more. All of that can be delivered directly on your statement. You can design the ads yourself. You can select concepts from our online catalog, or we can custom design ads just for you. So any way you want to go about it, we have a solution for you there. So here's what some of those ads look like. So on the top left, you can see a loan payment coupon. Okay, so this is a big expense for a lot of financial institutions. You're printing out, loan payment coupon books, sending out 1, 2, 3 years, whatever it might be at a time. How often does that account holder use the entire book before they change terms, change a rate, get rid of that vehicle, whatever it might be? Why not just print 1 coupon per month or 3 coupons for the quarter? So they have what they need until they get their next statement. Now they know where to look for that. They're going to open the statement. They're going to read their statement because they're going to be looking for those loan payment coupons. Okay. When I talk about variable data incorporated in that same loan payment coupon, I'm putting, that account holder's name, their account identifier number, their loan number. Okay. When that payment due date is, what their payment amount is. Okay, all of the information that we have, and it's already in that statement file, we can put it right on the coupon. So there's no guessing. Okay, now when they pay ahead or change terms and rates, we can do it on the fly. The next two inserts on the left below that are straightforward, fairly simple, just different ways you can add messaging directly to that statement. Now, those three options are our standard, insert size. They take up about 1/4 of the page or so. You are not limited to that size. So you can see by the one on the right, it's much larger. It probably takes up closer to 1/2 a page or even 3/4 of the page. Okay. It's a skip a payment option. And again, all that variable data stuff I was talking about is included here. So we're putting their information in what loan, we're allowing them to skip. So all they have to do is check a couple boxes and sign it, and they're done. You can go all the way up to full page statement letters. Okay? So the first page of your statement may be a direct mail type offer, a pre-screen offer, or whatever it might be. We can take up the whole first page of that statement as that marketing offer, and then the statement data would just follow on page 2, as it normally would. Okay, so again, we can piggyback that free postage I was talking about. Instead of sending out a separate mailer, sending it right with the statements and e-statements can save you a lot of money. And then your account holders know where to look for this information, making them, again, want to open their statements. That value that we're adding, they know where they're going to go to get that special information or their special offers. And again, we're going to talk more about selective marketing. All right. So I touched on it a little bit that, you can do certain things to select groups of account holders rather than, everybody all at once. We love doing selective marketing. So basically we're going to effectively cross-sell by targeting which account holders receive what inserts or inserts by criteria you select. Okay. So we can look at account relationships. If they have this account, send them this. If they don't have this account, send them this offer. Account balances. If they have a balance over X in this type of account, I want to send them this offer. Account activity. Have they done something certain with their account? Have they made a payment to another institution that we can see or something like that we can key on to trigger an offer? Geography. Do they live in a certain area that we're doing something, a community event that we want to let them know about? Or any other condition that's identifiable within your statement data, or any condition identifiable in a separate control file. So if it's not in your statement data, but you can get it in a different format or a different control file and send it to us, as long as we can match it up by that member number or customer ID or whatever it might be, we can bring that information in and use that for these selective messages as well. That was all printed statements. E-statements are more important or just as important as your printed statements. This is the future of your statement printing. Okay? But you need to deliver a better user experience to keep your account holders coming back. Okay, just think about most people that have e-statements are definitely going to be on online banking. They're probably looking at that online banking a few times a week. They probably know what's going on. So what added benefits and what special user experiences can they get by actually going to that e-statement platform and looking at their e-statement? So all of the TransPromo techniques that I just talked about, everything I've showed you, can be incorporated into our e-statement platform as well. On top of that, we need to add more. Okay? So those things like your statement stuffers, your statement inserts, how are we going to do that with e-statements? Okay? We're going to deliver them with banner ads. So at the image at the bottom, you can see we can display different banner ads that when clicked on would link to a web page, a PDF, or some other type of document or whatever it might be. These can appear for all of your account holders, or again, we can selectively market which ads appear for which people, depending on anything we've talked about and more. We also can flag each banner until the user clicks on it. So, it has this little new ribbon on it, but if somebody clicks on it, that new ribbon would come off. So they know if they've clicked on it or not, or they know what the new messages are if you're leaving certain promotions up, for a few months in a row. E-statement inserts, same thing. So just like we're putting ads directly on your printed statements, those ads are also going to be displayed on the e-statements, whether it's, a fourth of a page, a third of a page, a full page, letter, whatever it is, it's going to show up the same way it would on the printed side as on the e-side. Okay, so you're not missing any of those marketing opportunities here. So again, loan payment coupons, skip-a-pay letters, pre-screen offers, whatever it might be, still there on the e-statement side. We need to think of how to use these different ways to cross-sell. Use it for other marketing ideas. Okay, so all of those inserts, again, I've touched on a little bit, but we can do inserts for new account holders. First time they're, have a statement in our file, we can welcome them to the institution. Let them know some additional benefits that they might not know about. Loan payoffs. Somebody paid off their loan. Let's thank them for their business. Let them know what the new rates are on something. Auto loan recapture. Okay, we can look and see, are they making payments to somebody else for an auto loan potentially? Or are they doing something else? They don't have an auto loan with us. Maybe we can ask them for that business. Let them know, that we can refinance at a different rate or whatever it might be. HELOC advance requests. They have a HELOC. Let's offer them the money up front. Birthday messages. Say happy birthday to them. The month that they're getting that statement that their birthday is in, put a happy birthday message. It builds that loyalty. When's the last time your financial institution said happy birthday to you? So we touched on loan payment coupons. Money market accounts or CDs for high balance checking. So if they have a certain amount or more in their checking, let's show them what our money market accounts or our CDs are doing. Try to get some of that money, into those accounts. Insurance, investments, business accounts, new mergers, acquisitions, segs, you name it, we can come up with a solution for how to selectively target market those account holders with these inserts or ads or statement marketing techniques we're talking about. Email notifications. The email notification that you receive that lets you know that that statement is ready, is it customizable? This is a big deal. A lot of institutions just send an email that says, your latest e-statement's available, click here to view it. Where's the additional benefit? Where's the value added information? Let's turn these emails into actually e-newsletters or e-marketing platforms. Let them know about different specials or different things going on. All right? Use these all kinds of different ways, customize them each and every month so it makes sense. customize the landing page. What does it look like when you go into the e-statement platform? Go look at your account, sign into online banking, click that e-statement button. What are you presented with? We need to make sure we can customize that page. We need to add our branding. Okay? Make it look like it's part of the institution instead of, some third-party service. Okay? We can add customized ads right there. Okay? So in this case, we're saying, hey, auto loans. Here's some information about our auto loans. You can apply right from there. They click that apply button to take them back to the website, to that loan application. Okay? So we can add fun types of messages to that area to make it more interesting for people to go there. What's my special offer going to be this month? You can add video in that same area. So when you're customizing, yes, we can do static images, or we can embed video. Okay? More and more people are starting to play with video and have little things that are going on. Let's put those right on the e-statement platform. Make them easy to find. Popovers. We think these are great for compliance notifications. Okay, so when you go there, automatically you get a pop-up or a hover ad that you have to click on, have to X out of, have to look at before they can kind of continue. So we know that this person saw the compliance, information or whatever we were trying to get in front of them. Okay, it wasn't hidden anywhere. It's right in your face. All of these things add another layer, of information that brings additional value to your institution. Okay, not everybody's providing this information. They know that. We want them coming back. Mobile-friendly e-statements. Okay, over 50% of U.S. internet users only use mobile devices for their internet. That number is growing every day. If your e-statements are not mobile-friendly or mobile responsive, that's probably a big issue. People will look at it if they can do it on their phone, because they're probably going to look at it when they're on the go. Okay? So we want to make sure that it's mobile responsive, and all that type of stuff, so people can actually view it easily and read it easily from a mobile device. What about text message notifications? Let your account holder specify their notification preferences. Okay? Everybody probably does email. How many of you do text messaging as well? And again, let them pick. So in this example, in this picture, you see that, there's all kinds of different, statements or notification documents that we have. They can select, hey, you know what, in my normal statement, I want an email. But if I get a daily notice, I want a text message, or both, or whatever it might be. Okay? So some things they might just want the email, some things they might just want text message, some they might want both. Let them pick. Give them that additional value added benefit. Retention of e-statements. You need to be the filing cabinet. Everybody on this call, I'm sure, has heard, of an account holder walking in and telling you, hey, I need my last X amount of months of statements printed for taxes or for this, that, or the other, for whatever reason, right? 12 months of retention on the e-statement platform should be your bare minimum. 18 and 24 months is much more common, and we have several clients that are over 24 months, and some customers are even asking us for unlimited retention. Always keep those documents available. And when I talk about retention, think about instant access. Not only are we going to retain the information for the people that are signed up for e-statements, you need to be retaining the information for people who could sign up for e-statements. So if an account holder of yours has been an account holder for the last, 6 months or 6 years, doesn't matter. When they sign up for e-statements, are all of their documents available already? Okay, so if I've been, account holder with you for 6 months and always got printed statements, as soon as I sign up for e-statements, am I going to have that history? Am I going to have that history available to look at and go back on? And the answer should be yes. Okay, you want them to have that instant access and instant gratification for signing up for e-statements. Obviously, if they sign up right when they become, a new account holder, we're not going to have any information on them. But if they have been an account holder, that information should be there for them. Privacy and security. This is the big thing, okay? Everything that we can do, all these neat little tricks and ways we can market differently and all that type of stuff doesn't mean anything if we can't do it safely and securely. So information security and privacy is critical in all aspects of our operation. LKCS is SOC 2 compliant. We'll talk about, a few different things that we do that kind of make us a little bit unique here in a minute. But again, I can't stress enough that it doesn't matter what we can do if the security isn't there, because nothing else matters. Security is going to be number one. So some of our security and integrity controls is statement page envelope counts verified multiple times. Okay, we're going to account for each statement. We're going to take totals from the file we receive. We're going to compare that file that we received to previous files we've received to make sure that it's, close to the same. Obviously, some people are signing up for e-statements. You gain new account holders, but we usually do about a 10% rule. If it's, within 10% above or below what the previous counts were, it's probably good. If it's under or below that, we're going to flag it and say, hey, this is probably wrong. Let you know about it. Okay, so we verify counts up front when we're receiving the file. We then verify the counts again before we send them back to printing. Printing verifies those counts as they're printing. Our insert operators verify counts again when they're inserting. Once they're done, we have somebody else verify. Okay, so we have multiple levels of verification, making sure that those counts match every step of the way. LKCS's building was built and designed with security in mind. All of our entrances are protected by biometric and PIN-based entry systems, meaning you need a PIN code plus a fingerprint scan to actually gain access to our building. Once you're in the building, there's certain areas that you can't get to without another fingerprint scan. So for example, our data center. I can walk up to that data center door, I can put my finger on the scanner, it reads it, it knows who I am, and that door does not unlock. There is no reason I need to be in that room, so I don't have access to it. And that's the case for several areas in the building. Okay? We have formal disaster recoveries and plans in place. It's tested regularly, so statement service will not be interrupted for any reason. Our statement and e-statement data is all encrypted and transmitted using true 256-bit SSL security. All of our operating systems and applications are routinely patched and updated. All of our computer systems are behind certified firewalls, okay? And our routers and staff are notified for intrusion attempts. So if things are happening, we'll actually get, text alerts or phone calls to keep people, on staff to say, hey, something's going on. You need to take a look at this. We actually hire an external security firm to come perform network intrusion tests. So every 6 months, we hire a company that's their profession is to hack our system. We give them access to our system. We put them inside of our building and then let them try to break in. So they already have an advantage over anybody else. And we always pass those tests. Anything they find, we patch right away. But it's typically low-level type risks that, again, we're always continually patching and updating things. Our statement printing and inserting equipment ensures accuracy. We use 2D barcodes and camera systems for verification. If you're not familiar with 2D barcodes, think of a QR code. So if you can scan something with your phone and it takes you somewhere, it's kind of the same information, but it's all in, a 2D type barcode. So our readers are looking at that constantly. A lot of other, vendors might only put that on the first page of each statement. So if I have five pages to my statements, it sees the 2D barcode on the first one. It sees that. What happens if a page fell on the floor, got missed? It's not going to read page 2, 3, 4, or 5 because it doesn't have that 2D information. We put a 2D barcode on every single page, so we verify every single page as it goes through. It's taken on the page count as it's coming into the inserters, and then it's taken again in the window of that envelope. So each envelope's accounted for. We know the pages were there on the front end. Is the envelope there on the back end? It doesn't get jammed in the machine or whatever might happen. It's all accounted for. All of our employees undergo background checks before they're ever hired. And we train and test on IT security every year. Okay? And then all of our archive CDs are encrypted with strong password authentication. So when we're sending that stuff out, all of that's encrypted and secured, so you can get that back as well. And that is just some of the controls. There are more. So again, that security is really, really important to us. And I'd put our company up against anybody as far as what we have in place and what we can do to keep things safe and secure. That is all I have for you today. So thank you for joining and attending the webinar. Again, if you have questions, feel free to type them into that question box in the GoToWebinar toolbar. I will remain on the line for a little bit longer to answer any of those questions. But again, thank you, and please think about joining us next month for our website user experience webinar. So that one's going to talk about how your website is very important with that user experience and adding value and benefits to the website side of things. It's going to be a really good webinar. Sid Haas is going to put that one on for us, so I definitely recommend joining in on that one. So thanks again.